Many people believe Minecraft is just a sandbox game, and they're right. But there is also a story, which is what we're talking about here. Chapter 1, The Nether. A group of humans from the real world somehow teleported into an alternate world that they called the Nether. They found a lot of weird creatures in the Nether, and a lot of weird biomes too. They discovered soul sand, which is sand that had souls inside of it. There was one specific species called piglins, which seemed slightly intelligent for a change. The piglins originally ruled the land until the ancient builders started the war. The war was brutal, but eventually the piglins lost and became slaves. They built bastions and nether fortresses, and after a while they managed to build a portal. However, it wasn't a portal to their world, but it was a portal to the overworld. They abandoned the piglins who didn't know they were leaving, which is why the piglins still defend the structures, waiting for them to come back. Chapter 2, The Overworld. The first thing they did was find the ghasts and remove them from the overworld into the Nether. They had a disagreement of what biome to live in, so they split up. The jungle people built jungle temples, the ocean people built ocean monuments, etc. They also discovered other things that they could do, like crafting, and they harnessed XP to enchant their tools to become very powerful. They also brought zombified piglins back to use as slaves. They also discovered that they could strike piglins with lightning in order to transform them into zombified ones. One day, the zombified piglins were sick of being slaves, so they rebelled. They turned the builders into zombies, and it caused the zombie apocalypse. The clerics, who turned to science, tried to turn them back into humans with a potion. It didn't work, and they were turned into skeletons instead. While everyone was hiding, the clerics went back into the Nether to collect soul sand. They harnessed the soul sand to becoming a new god, the Wizard. Instead of attacking the zombies as planned, they attacked them and drove them underground. Bonus chapter, The Underwater People. The people who were underwater believed in elder guardians. They wished to stay underwater always, so they built the conduit, which lets them breathe underwater. Now that they could breathe, they constructed the ocean monuments in worship of the guardians. They were not aware of anything happening above water, such as the zombie apocalypse. The zombies went underwater and became drowned. They swam under and caused havoc. They decided to summon the guardians for assistance in fighting the zombies, but they actually attacked the humans, and that was the end of the Underwater Empire. Chapter 3, The Underground. Once they were underground, they constructed ancient cities, or as they called them, cities. Once they had constructed the ancient cities, they all moved in. But yet again, the ancient builders were greedy for more. They built a portal for traveling between dimensions in the hopes of finding another dimension to colonize. But just as they opened the portal, the Warden crawled out. The Warden is a creature that is made from skulk. Skulk spreads whenever another living creature died, so with all the things that the builders killed, the Warden overpowered them and drove them deeper underground. They built strongholds deeper underground with everything they ever needed, but they still wanted more, so they built a portal that allowed them to travel to another dimension. Chapter 4, The End. They found another dimension that they called The End. The End was a barren place in a void with lots of small floating islands. The only food source they had there was chorus fruit. Since it was all they were able to eat, it was all they ate, obviously. They built end cities and end ships, and they lived in both. So after a while of eating chorus fruit, they turned into Endermen. Since they were Endermen now, they can't use any of their treasures or weapons, so they just left them in the chests of the end ships. They can now only pick up sand, dirt, or snow. Some of them began to teleport back to the overworld, and after a few of them teleported back into the overworld, the dragon came in and stopped anyone else from leaving. Outro. That is all we know so far. There are still many mysteries that remain, such as, what are creepers? What are shulkers? And will the dragon egg ever hatch? For now, we will have to wait out to find the answers. Thanks for watching our film. Bye!